Do you ever feel like you can't handle the complicated parts of life and relationships? Many successful people look to Stoic advice for handling life's ups and downs. Get a pen and paper ready because you'll want to write down these 10 rules every great man should follow. Roman philosopher Seneca said, "If you want to be loved, love in a world where solitude is often feared, it's important to welcome it as a friend on the path to self-realization." Being afraid of being alone can affect our choices, leading us to give up on relationships to avoid loneliness. Real friendship starts with loving and understanding yourself. Here are some strategies for dealing with solitude. Welcome solitude to learn more about yourself. When we are alone, we embark on a deep journey of self-discovery and personal growth. Marcus Aurelius, speaking about self-reflection, said, "Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will always bubble up if you are willing to dig." Being alone helps us explore our souls and find our deepest fears, hopes, and desires. Real friendship starts inside. Zeno, who started Stoicism, says that living in peace with yourself is crucial. Seeking praise from others or depending on them is not the path to finding authentic friendship. The first step is developing a deep sense of self-acceptance and happiness. When we enjoy being with ourselves, we don't need approval from others to feel good. Instead, we find comfort in our own minds. Relationships should be seen as gifts, not boundaries. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, told his students to focus on what they could change. Relationships should enhance our lives, not worsen them. When we prioritize self-love and self-respect, we attract partners who share our values and goals. We don't have to stay in unhealthy or unfulfilling relationships out of fear of being alone. Instead, we choose to be with people who improve our lives. The second rule is to keep your past safe. In today's age of information overload and constant scrutiny, Marcus Aurelius's words hold deep meaning. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. By keeping your past private, you keep your inner world sacred. Enjoy the lessons and keep yourself safe. The events in your life, both happy and sad, have made you who you are today. Like a valuable family treasure, they hold lessons and insights that have shaped your character and set you on your path. Not every listener should see the private parts of your life. Be careful about sharing your past, as not everyone should know it. Be aware of the risks of sharing everything with everyone. It can be hard to say no to sharing every detail in a world where people overshare and seek instant gratification. What starts as openness can quickly turn into gossip, judgment, and abuse. Be cautious. People shouldn't use your past to hurt your present or determine your future. Accept moving forward without question. Your past has shaped who you are today but does not define you. Protecting your past doesn't mean holding on to old stories or letting past mistakes bother you. It's about accepting that growth and resolve can change things. Use your past to help you grow, giving you new meaning and drive as you move forward. The third principle is to balance what's important. Finding balance is crucial for a truly happy life in a world full of constant distractions and endless bills. Seneca wisely noted the importance of aligning our responsibilities with our ideals and goals. We waste a lot of time, not because we don't have much time to live, but because we don't use it well. Here's how to set priorities when goals are wrong. Bad things happen. Focusing on someone else instead of our own goals and health is like losing time, a valuable resource. Life's promise leaks away without us noticing until it's too late to get it back. Goals that are out of order not only make us unhappy but also lead to a wasted life. But they also keep us from pursuing our interests and achieving our dreams. Set goals and self-care as top priorities. It's important to prioritize our goals and self-care over our relationships if we want to find happiness and unity. Like a farmer who cares for the earth and each plant's needs, we need to take care of our own goals and well-being. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. Investing in yourself isn't selfish, it's essential. Finding true happiness doesn't come from impressing others or acquiring more things. It comes from ensuring our actions align with our values and goals. Strive to find balance in every part of your life and keep your promises to yourself and others. Seek unity in everything you do, whether it's pursuing a career, building important relationships, or prioritizing self-care. Accept what satisfaction is all about. We find true happiness by seeking balance. We're not judged by how many things we've done or awards we've received, but by the quality of our experiences and the strength of our relationships. When our interests align with our beliefs and goals, we can live a life full of purpose, meaning, and happiness. The fourth principle is to put your mental health first. The world is full of stress and uncertainty right now, so it's important to prioritize your mental health. Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Your thoughts greatly influence how you see the world and your experiences, highlighting the importance of mental health. To put your mental health first, understand why it's important. Your mental health is a crucial part of your overall health. It needs care and attention to thrive, just like a delicate ecosystem. Taking care of your mental health strengthens it, much like exercise strengthens the body, allowing you to handle life's challenges with strength and ease. Protect your inner peace with all your might. In a society that values busyness and productivity, it can be hard to remember the importance of finding inner peace. Guard your inner peace and make it a priority. It's important to keep your peace to manage your emotions and maintain inner calm. Set limits that benefit your mental health, such as spending less time with harmful people or making your daily life a peaceful haven. Taking care of yourself first isn't selfish, it's an essential investment in your health. Prioritize activities that nourish your mind, body, and soul, like being thoughtful, artistic, or spending time in nature. Self-care should be a top concern. Don't make sacrifices to meet others' needs. Often we prioritize others' demands and praise over our mental health. Remember, your worth isn't based on meeting others' standards of success or beauty. Don't risk your health to fit in or gain approval. Accept your weaknesses as strengths and value your honesty above all. When you need help, ask for it. Seeking help isn't a sign of weakness, it's a brave recognition of your humanity. Whether through a trusted friend, therapy, or a support group, being vulnerable helps you connect with others and build resilience, allowing you to handle life's challenges with more ease and grace. Develop habits that benefit you. Just as healthy food nourishes your body, cultivating habits that nurture your mind and soul is vital for your mental health. Find what makes you happy and fulfilled and incorporate it into your daily routine, whether it's practicing gratitude, journaling, or exercising regularly. Rule number 5 is to be honest with yourself. Seneca said, "It is the power of the mind to be unconquerable. Authenticity is your strength, not just a virtue." Staying true to yourself is a brave stance against failure and a sign of your inner strength in a world that often encourages conformity. Here are some ways to be yourself. Accept your uniqueness. Your individuality is what makes you valuable. Instead of trying to fit in with what others want or with social rules, be yourself and let your light shine. Just as a gem is valued for its rarity, you should value your authenticity. Be proud of your quirks, mannerisms, and other oddities because they make you unique. Follow your beliefs in your daily life. To live truly, align your actions with your ideals and goals. Take the time to figure out what's most important to you and let that guide your choices and activities. Listen to your feelings and stay true to your beliefs, whether it means standing up for what you believe in, following your dreams, or forging your own path. Get better at saying no. Being honest with yourself and learning to say no is liberating. Too often, we compromise our ideals or go above and beyond to make others happy, which harms our own well-being. But you're truly strong when you set limits and prioritize your own needs and wants. Remember, telling someone no is the same as telling yourself yes to being true to yourself. Have faith in your inner sense. Be sure to follow your inner direction as you seek to understand yourself and find happiness. You can trust your gut to guide you to your true north, just like sailors use the North Star to navigate. Practice being thoughtful and self-aware, and pay attention to what your heart is telling you. There is a path to real happiness inside you that you just need to trust and follow. The sixth principle is to keep ties going. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, knew how important society and relationships are to the human experience. The greatest blessing of mankind comes from social life. In a world where love and relationships are often ignored or underrated, it's crucial to prioritize family and friendship. Here's how to keep ties strong and improve your connections with others. Understand how important society and relationships are. We humans are social by nature. We need to connect with others and feel like we belong, just as a tree gets nourishment from its roots. Our ties give us strength and support, enhancing our lives in countless ways, whether it's laughing with friends, getting advice from family, or just being there for a loved one when they need it. Invest in building relationships. Meaningful relationships are wonderful and essential for a fulfilling life. Make an effort to nurture and strengthen these connections. But they're not the only way people connect with each other. In your quest for personal love, don't forget about the bonds of friendship and family. Spend time and effort on these relationships. They are your strong base and will bring you comfort when things are hard and joy when things are good. Aside from personal relationships, it's important to maintain lasting relationships with others. You can do this by planning regular get-togethers with friends and family or participating in group activities. Find a mix to be truly happy. You need a support system that includes both romantic partners and close friends and family. Find the right balance between romantic relationships and friendships, knowing that each has its own role in your life. Romantic love can bring passion and closeness, but friendships and family relationships offer constant support and love no matter what. Build a wide range of relationships that feed your soul and lift your spirit, giving you a sense of community and belonging wherever you go. The seventh principle is managing your time well. We need to strongly guard our valuable time against interruptions and other requests in our lives. Time management helps you get things done, reach your goals, and prioritize your health. And time is the most valuable thing you have. It is the great balancer because it can't be replaced. A skilled worker treats each valuable stone with great care, and you should do the same with your time. Know that every moment is a chance to work on your happiness, growth, and satisfaction. Don't invest too much in other people to the detriment of your own well-being. While it's important to make real connections, it's equally crucial to manage your time wisely and prioritize your needs. But don't let your involvement with others take over your own goals and well-being. Set limits and learn to organize your goals in order of importance to make good use of your time. Remember that turning down things that aren't important to you and responsibilities that don't align with your goals is the same as saying yes to yourself and your aspirations. Setting clear limits is an important part of managing your time well. Identify your core values, goals, and interests, and use them to decide how to spend your time and energy. Plan your days intentionally, whether it's setting aside focused blocks of time for important projects or making time for self-care and rest. Do not give in to distractions or unnecessary responsibilities. Learning to say no to requests can make all the difference, giving you control over your time and focus. Consider how each task fits with your goals and values. If a duty or distraction doesn't align with your values, help you grow, or make you happier, don't be afraid to say no or delegate it. The eighth principle is authenticity in communication. No man is free who is not master of himself, Epictetus said, emphasizing the importance of honesty in relationships. Being honest in your relationships is a powerful act of freedom and ethics. To use the power of honest conversation to build real relationships and mutual respect, do the following. Tell the truth with all your heart. Authenticity is built on honesty. Even if you have to stand alone, speak the truth with passion and honesty. Like a strong oak tree standing up to strong winds, your honesty can withstand storms of doubt and criticism. Believe in the strength of your voice and the truth of what you're saying. Communicate your wants, needs, and goals. Transparency and openness are necessary for authentic conversation. Be open and honest about your desires and objectives without worrying about being judged or punished. Let your words flow easily, like a river without walls or obstacles. Authenticity leads to real relationships and understanding. Except being forceful. Being bold doesn't mean being mean, it means being confident in expressing your needs and wants in conversations or other settings where your voice matters. Be sure of yourself and articulate what you want to say. You have the power to stand up for yourself and your interests with ease and confidence, like a cougar protecting her pride. Make a real bond. Authentic communication helps people bond based on trust, understanding, and mutual respect. Whether you're sharing your weaknesses with a trusted friend or having deep talks with people you care about, be real in everything you do. Just as a plant grows roots in rich soil, real bonds can grow in the rich ground of authenticity. The ninth principle is keeping a fair view. It's important to take back control of your thoughts and feelings in a world where too much focus can cloud your judgment and lower your self-esteem. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The universe's change our life is what our thoughts make it." To break free from the chains of intense loyalty and regain the freedom of self-discovery and self-worth, follow these steps. Don't forget your own worth. Believing that our worth depends on others' approval can lead to being overly dedicated to someone else. Real self-worth, however, comes from within and isn't affected by external circumstances. Remember that you have worth and are special as a person. Just like a diamond shines brightly no matter what it's near, you can exude confidence and self-assurance regardless of what others think. Keep your mind on yourself. Spend time with yourself and rekindle your excitement for your hobbies, talents, and sense of purpose. Obsessive love occurs when we become too focused on someone else and lose sight of our own goals and dreams. Take the time to work on your own growth and development. This will help you find a sense of meaning and satisfaction that goes beyond needing approval from others. Accept that you can improve yourself and grow as a person. Stop focusing on others and put your energy into self-improvement and personal growth. Like a good gardener, you can nurture your own potential and watch it flourish. Try new things, set ambitious goals, and push yourself to reach your full potential. Get free of your passion. Obsession can be a complicated and smothering force that keeps you from growing as a person. Freeing yourself from obsessive thoughts and behaviors will allow you to pursue personal growth and self-discovery. Mindfulness and self-awareness can help you get rid of your obsessions. Pay attention to any thoughts that distract you and slowly shift your focus to something more useful. Enjoy the freedom of discovering and accepting yourself, knowing that your worth doesn't depend on what others say. The 10th principle is to be proud of what you've done. The famous Stoic philosopher Seneca taught us how to find true happiness by saying, "We suffer more often in our imagination than in reality." Seneca believed that every accomplishment, no matter how small, demonstrates your strength, determination, and hard work. Follow these steps to embrace Seneca's advice and develop a spirit of self-celebration and gratitude in your life. Be proud of what you've done. Every journey starts with a single step, and every success, no matter how small, should be celebrated. Take pride in your accomplishments and remember the hard work and perseverance that brought you there. Like a farmer cherishing the first flower of spring, you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. Honor growth and important milestones. Life is a journey, not a destination, and every significant step along the way is something to be proud of. When you reach a personal goal, overcome a struggle, or make progress toward your dreams, be sure to recognize and celebrate your success. Enjoy the moments of success along your path, just as travelers pause to take in the view from the top of a mountain. Develop an attitude of gratitude. Being thankful is key to happiness and fulfillment. Cultivate gratitude for the opportunities, good things you have, and achievements. Like a farmer's joy at a bumper crop, you can feel the same way when you acknowledge the abundance in your life. Accept yourself as you are. Don't wait for others to validate your worth and success. Honor your journey by recognizing how hard you've worked and how far you've come. Just as an artist proudly signs their work, you can take pride in your contributions and value. Words can't always compete with silence. This idea might seem counterintuitive in today's world, where the loudest voices often get the most attention. However, some of the most influential people in history have persuaded others without saying a word. In today's busy world, this is the essence of Stoicism, a philosophy that continues to live on, teaching us the power of quiet strength and inner peace. But also grows because it shows us the power of inner peace and the deep impact of our actions, even those we don't verbalize. Now let's explore how Stoicism, a philosophy based on the writings of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, can change not only how you see yourself but also how others see you, without you even saying a word. The Stoic ideas we'll discuss offer practical steps that can make a big difference in your life. Whether you want to improve your personal relationships, your behavior at work, or your overall sense of peace. If you've ever felt ignored no matter how hard you tried, or if you want a more honest way to showcase your values and ideals, stay tuned. Take a journey into the quiet but strong world of Stoicism. It might change how you see the world. 1. Take care of yourself with honor. Stoicism, a philosophy that values maintaining ethics and having control over one's responses, teaches us that it's not about showy behavior. It's about having real self-respect and making others value you through your deeds. Stoicism advises us to act in a way that shows calm confidence and self-assurance without loudly proclaiming our worth. This is what it means to present ourselves with respect. Carrying yourself with a high head when you walk into a room and paying close attention when others talk are both signs of self-respect. It's about making eye contact and shaking hands firmly, which shows that you're present and responsible not just physically, but also mentally and emotionally. But Stoic honor is more than just how you look and behave in public. It has its roots in virtue. According to the Stoics, virtue means that your deeds should match your morals in both public and private life. It means being fair, brave, responsible, and wise. You are following Stoic honor when you choose to be honest, even when it's difficult and it might be easier to compromise your values. Being honest when you're wrong can be very challenging, as can standing up for someone else's rights when it's not popular or safe to do so. To live this out every day, you have to make choices that reflect who you really are and who you want to be. It's about sticking to your ideals no matter what. By being consistent, you send a strong message to those around you about what you stand for, building trust and respect with friends, enemies, and co-workers alike. Stoicism tells us to let go of the noise around us and focus on what we can control: our actions, reactions, and beliefs. This will help us live with honor. You don't have to put on a tough or apathetic face to get through life. Instead, it's about becoming truly self-sufficient so that you can handle the ups and downs with ease. Having pride means knowing your worth, loving yourself enough to live by your values, and respecting others enough to treat them with the same respect. It's about the quiet confidence that comes from sticking to your morals without seeking approval from others. This is what Stoic honor is all about: being quiet but strong, humble but wise. 2. Know how much you're worth. Stoics say that knowing your true worth isn't about keeping track of your accomplishments or awards. It's about realizing that you have value on your own, regardless of what others say. This idea is important for boosting self-esteem and for developing real self-respect and living a life aligned with your core values. Stoicism tells us to look inside ourselves when we talk about knowing our worth. Thinking about what you can control: your thoughts, deeds, and responses was a common theme among Stoics like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius. These are the areas where your real worth shows. It doesn't matter how much praise or criticism you receive. What matters is how you keep your word, handle your responsibilities, and contribute to your community in ways that align with your values. But how do you really know what you're worth in real life? It starts with self-reflection. Spend time with yourself and understand what you can and cannot do. Stoicism doesn't teach how to be perfect, it teaches how to get better. Consider how you deal with problems. Do you give up when things get tough, or do you rise to the challenge and learn and grow from it? How you respond in these situations says a lot about who you are and how much you're worth. Dealing with other people in a way that shows respect for yourself is another Stoic practice. Stoics believe in sympathia, the idea that everything in the world is interconnected. Treating others with respect and honor not only improves your self-worth but also shows that you stand for what you believe in. When you treat others the way you want to be treated, you demonstrate your own value. Living virtuously is central to Stoicism. The greatest good is virtue, which means living wisely, bravely, fairly, and moderately. To know your worth, strive for these traits in all areas of your life, from your personal relationships to your work. This builds a sense of self that is not easily shaken by life's ups and downs. When you live a good life and understand and accept your worth, you don't need validation from others. You no longer crave praise or fear criticism because you know they don't define your value. This gives you the freedom to live a life that truly reflects your inner self, where you can stand strong in the face of hardship, confident in your worth and your path. Stoic philosophy teaches that knowing your worth means ensuring that your self-perception aligns with your highest ideals and that you consistently live in a way that reflects those ideals. It's a journey that requires honesty, bravery, and continual self-evaluation. But it's also very satisfying. You'll find that your relationships and interactions have more meaning as you become more aware of your own worth. This awareness will make your life more fulfilling. The third principle is setting limits for yourself. Saying no to others is a deep Stoic practice that goes beyond simple refusal. Understanding your own boundaries and sticking to them out of self-respect and care for others is crucial. Stoicism, which focuses on self-mastery, autonomy, and inner freedom, teaches that setting and maintaining limits is not only a way to keep yourself safe, but also a way to live in accordance with your values. When we study Stoicism, we often talk about setting limits for our own behavior and thoughts to keep them aligned with our values. Marcus Aurelius, for example, wrote extensively about focusing on what's important and avoiding unnecessary distractions and emotional outbursts. He believed he could control his reactions to external events, seeing this as a mental limit that kept him calm and moral regardless of circumstances. But how does this affect how we communicate with others? The first step is to realize that our time and energy are limited resources that need to be used wisely. Just as a Stoic might avoid negative thoughts and hopelessness, we should also avoid people and situations that drain us. This means learning to say no to requests that conflict with our values and core tasks, and not feeling guilty about prioritizing our own well-being. Setting limits also involves protecting your mental space. Stoics like Seneca emphasized the importance of surrounding yourself with people who are good for you and help you grow. They advised avoiding those who might lead you to bad habits or trouble. In modern times, this might mean ending unhealthy or overly demanding relationships and spending time with people who make you feel good and support you. It's also important to communicate clearly when setting limits. This involves being clear and respectful about your needs and boundaries without being hostile or passive. Being honest and clear in your communication is very Stoic because it helps you avoid manipulative or passive-aggressive behavior that can cloud relationships and moral clarity. Setting limits also teaches us a lot about respect, both giving and receiving it. Setting clear limits and sticking to them shows others how you want to be treated, leading to relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. In this part of Stoicism, you don't build walls. Instead, you know where your gates are, how to open them, and who you let in. Making choices that align with your best self is what it means to set and keep limits. It is a constant process that requires thought, change, and sometimes the courage to make difficult decisions. However, the freedom and peace that come from living a Stoic life, one in which you respect yourself and others respect you, are well worth the effort. This approach not only makes you more honest, but also strengthens your relationships by building them on mutual respect and honest communication. The fourth principle is making it harder to get in. Stoicism doesn't view limiting access as a way to be exclusive or superior. It's about valuing your own time and mental space. This Stoic practice highlights the importance of being careful about the people and activities you engage with, ensuring that your energy is spent on relationships and tasks that are truly beneficial and align with your values. It's not about the quantity of ties and obligations you have, but their quality. Being self-aware is the first step in the idea of limiting access. Epictetus and other Stoics emphasize that we should focus on what we can control and direct our efforts there. This means taking a good look at our lives and deciding what truly deserves our time and attention. Do you spend time on activities that make you feel good and help you grow? Do the positive people in your life encourage you to live well? Stoicism doesn't tell us to shut ourselves off from the world. Instead, it tells us to carefully tend our yard and water the plants that produce the most fruit. In real life, limiting access can mean being very strict about your time. It could mean deciding not to check your email or social media at certain times in the morning and evening to maintain peace. Saying no to social tasks that drain your energy instead of replenishing it could also be part of this practice. This will make every yes you say more meaningful and prevent your resources from being wasted on things that don't benefit you. This rule also applies to limits of the mind and emotions. Stoicism teaches us not to let external events disturb our inner peace. One way to maintain this peace is to limit who can see our inner world. This doesn't mean becoming cold or uncaring. It simply means choosing not to get involved in problems or conflicts that negatively affect you. It's about not letting everything happening around you change your mood and way of thinking. As an added bonus, limited access makes people value and respect your time and presence. People start to understand that your time is important and that being available is an honor, not a right. This shift changes how you see yourself and how others see you. It supports the Stoic idea that you should respect yourself and have a purpose in life. In the end, limiting access is about making choices, choosing to spend your time and energy in ways that align with your values and building relationships that are truly helpful and fulfilling. Instead of forming many shallow connections, this limited approach allows for deeper, more meaningful relationships. It's about making your life deeper, not wider, a central idea of Stoic philosophy that has stood the test of time. The fifth principle is to get ready to leave. The Stoic idea of self-sufficiency is at the heart of being able to walk away. Some Stoics like Seneca and Epictetus believed that being happy with yourself and your moral decisions was very important. It's meant to ensure you never become so attached to a situation, job, or relationship that you can't move on or stand up for what you believe in because you're afraid of losing it. Knowing when a part of your life no longer serves your better purpose or aligns with your core values is crucial. Having the strength to walk away means making a well-thought-out decision based on what you know is best for you, not an emotional reaction. Setting high standards for your personal and work life is essential. In relationships, this could mean having the courage to end a connection that isn't healthy or doesn't help both people grow. In terms of careers, it could mean quitting a job that limits your growth or requires you to compromise your morals. Getting ready to leave is a form of self-respect, specifically respect for your own life and decisions. It gives you even more control over your life and the freedom to surround yourself with people and circumstances that support your development, happiness, and virtue. It's about not taking what you haven't earned and not holding on to things out of fear or a false sense of security. Stoicism helps you see leaving not as a loss, but as a step toward living a life that aligns with your true self and values. but as a win-a step toward more freedom and truthfulness. You can find opportunities more aligned with your true self when you are ready to leave settings that don't serve you. Being ready to let go also teaches resilience by demonstrating how temporary external situations are and how strong a well-developed inner life can be. Adopting this philosophy gives you quiet security and a strong sense of inner calm, knowing that no change in the outside world can truly upset your peace of mind. This doesn't mean being disconnected from the world, it means being so strongly connected to your own values and sense of self that you can handle changes and difficulties with grace and ease. By taking this approach, your life will not only be more satisfying, but others will also respect and admire you because they see that you are not easily moved by fear or chance. Sixth, understand how important it is to say no. Stoics believe that saying no is more than just refusing something. It's a statement that you will not give in to desires or pressures that are not in line with your core beliefs and ideals. Stoicism is based on the idea that one should take control of one's own life and choices. Stoicism teaches us to be careful about the commitments we make, ensuring they align with our values. Marcus Aurelius stressed the importance of acting in accordance with one's nature and rational self. This often means turning down requests or opportunities that do not contribute to our moral and personal growth. When you can say no, it shows that you are honest and have the courage to stick to your beliefs, even when it's hard or unpopular. This habit of saying no can manifest in many areas of life, from small daily choices to significant life decisions. It means declining invitations that would distract us from our goals, avoiding actions that would compromise our character, or even leaving relationships and places that are detrimental to us. When we say no, we are essentially showing self-respect and protecting ourselves. This allows us to focus our time, energy, and attention on things that are truly important and rewarding. Plus, the power of saying no extends beyond our own needs. It also influences how others treat us. By setting clear boundaries for ourselves, we show others how to treat us and what we are comfortable with in relationships and other interactions. This not only helps in mutual acceptance and understanding, but also fosters respect and better communication. But it also empowers others to consider their own limits and understand the importance of respecting them. No holds significant power in Stoic thought, as it highlights the difference between what we can control, our actions, emotions, and choices, and what we cannot control, such as others' actions, thoughts, and behaviors. By focusing on our choices and not letting external factors affect us, we stay calm and free from stress. Accepting the power of no is a big deal. It's a reaffirmation of your independence and a crucial step toward living a life true to yourself. Being deliberate and selective about your yes ensures each one is thoughtful, meaningful, and aligned with your true self. It's not about being negative or unwilling to collaborate. It's about making well-considered choices in the face of life's challenges. This is what it means to live stoically, not just enduring life's storms, but making well-thought-out decisions amid them. Seventh, a healthy dose of doubt is important. Stoics believe that taking a careful, critical view of the world around you leads to a greater understanding and respect for life's complexities. This doesn't mean questioning everything to the point of pessimism. Stoicism, as taught by thinkers like Seneca and Epictetus, emphasizes that our initial thoughts or responses are not always the best or most helpful. Instead, they encourage taking a moment to think and question before making a decision or acting. The idea behind this practice is that our rational minds can discern truth from lies, and by using this ability, we can live happier, less impulsive lives. Having healthy doubt means you don't believe everything you read or hear. Instead, you consider the source, context, and evidence before forming an opinion. This is especially important in an age where information is instant and often misleading. By viewing things through a Stoic lens, you're not just absorbing information, you're actively engaging with it to ensure it aligns with your beliefs and worldview. A good sense of doubt is also vital in human relationships. It means not taking everything at face value and questioning motivations and behaviors to better understand others. This careful consideration fosters deeper, more meaningful connections built on mutual respect and understanding. In summary, cultivating a healthy sense of doubt allows you to navigate the complexities of life with wisdom and clarity, ensuring that your actions and beliefs remain grounded in truth and reason. Stoicism advises us not to believe everything we see and to dig deeper into what others are trying to convey. You don't have to be suspicious of everyone. Instead, give yourself time to fully understand what they say and do before responding. For instance, if someone criticizes you, don't immediately defend yourself. Consider it from their perspective. Could there be some truth in their criticism? Is there something you can learn from it? This approach not only helps you avoid mistakes, but also fosters personal growth by cultivating traits like kindness and care. Stoicism also suggests that a good sense of doubt can help you avoid disappointment by tempering your expectations. If you don't quickly assume the best or worst about a situation, you maintain a balanced view that is less likely to be shaken by life's ups and downs. Equanimity, a key idea in Stoic philosophy, doesn't mean avoiding happiness or pain. It means maintaining a calm state of mind that isn't affected by external changes. Healthy doubt isn't about detaching from the world, but about engaging with it more thoughtfully. A clear, logical understanding of the world helps you live a more deliberate life and make choices based on reason rather than surface-level reactions. By cultivating skepticism, you empower yourself to live a life driven by thoughtful, well-considered actions. 8th, don't try to meet people or seek their praise. Following someone around often stems from a need for external approval or a fear of missing out, both of which contradict Stoic beliefs. Stoics like Epictetus taught that the key to finding peace is to focus on our own actions and uphold virtue in the face of adversity. By not chasing things outside our control, we can protect our inner peace and maintain our honor. In everyday life, not chasing can mean not worrying too much about whether others like or accept us, not giving in to unreasonable demands, or not pursuing goals that don't align with our core values. You have to be comfortable with the idea that things might not go as planned and trust that by focusing on your own actions and feelings, you will remain true to what really matters. The Stoic way of life also teaches detachment, which doesn't mean being isolated or indifferent. Instead, it involves maintaining a healthy distance from outcomes. Stoicism encourages us to fully engage in life without becoming overly attached to specific results, freeing us from the emotional turmoil that often accompanies our expectations and plans. In relationships, this could mean giving your all to a partnership without being rigid about how the relationship should unfold. In the workplace, it could mean working hard and energetically without becoming so attached to a raise or recognition that it impacts your happiness. The Stoic advice to not chase means valuing what we give more than what we receive. It's about letting go of the end result and finding contentment in the process. This mindset doesn't diminish your desire or drive to do your best, but changes your definition of success. Success is then based on honesty and the satisfaction that comes from staying true to yourself. When we think this way, we are not driven by the need for approval from others, but by the satisfaction of living according to our ideals and ethics. 9th, love without conditions. A big part of Stoicism is accepting that everyone, including ourselves, is part of the natural order with our own flaws and strengths. This is called selfless love, which makes us more empathetic and compassionate toward others, recognizing that they are also navigating the complexities of life. To love in this way, we must learn to be patient, tolerant, and avoid retaliating even when others are mean or angry. To show pure love in everyday situations, we must remain calm and accepting even when others don't respond as we'd like. Practitioners of Stoicism promise to treat others with kindness and respect regardless of their behavior, which can challenge our emotional responses. This doesn't mean tolerating abuse or neglect. It means handling negative situations from a place of understanding rather than reaction. Stoic philosophy also tells us that loving without conditions can make us stronger. We gain more control over our emotions when we separate our well-being from other people's actions and reactions. By focusing on our own actions and maintaining our inner peace, we can love others more deeply and sincerely, while not being swayed by their behavior. This form of love leads to greater personal strength and a more stable emotional state, enriching our relationships and our own lives. This distance isn't about not caring, it's about being ready to face life's difficulties with a calm mind and heart, unaffected by the changing winds of external circumstances. We can also love ourselves unconditionally. Stoics value self-acceptance, which involves accepting our flaws and differences with kindness and understanding. This kind of selfless love is crucial because it influences how we treat others. When we can love and accept ourselves without conditions, we are more likely to accept and love others. According to Stoicism, unconditional love is not just a feeling, it is a focused virtue that includes careful thought, smart action, and a strong dedication to the greater good. Building connections based on genuine care and respect for others' well-being, rather than selfish gain, is essential. This approach to love not only improves our relationships, but also aligns with the Stoic goal of leading a happy, purposeful life. Remember, you shouldn't base your entire life on one person. Stoicism, which stresses personal virtue and inner peace, tells us to live a life where our happiness and peace don't depend too much on what others do, how they feel, or what they think of us. In practical terms, this means having personal goals, hobbies, and activities outside of our relationships. Stoics value relationships, including friendships, family ties, and romantic partnerships, but they also believe strongly that each person should find their own path to virtue. This mindset helps people avoid the common mistake of tying too much of their identity and mental health to another person, which can lead to sadness and emotional pain if relationships end or problems arise. If you derive all your self-worth and purpose from a love relationship or close friendship, you might feel lost if that relationship ends or becomes strained. Stoicism teaches us to find value and happiness in various aspects of life. This could mean finding a job that aligns with your values, engaging in hobbies that challenge you, developing your own philosophy, or participating in community work that makes a positive difference. Setting and sticking to limits that protect your time and mental energy is another important part of this Stoic concept. It encourages you to say no to requests that hinder your personal growth and needs. Caring about your own time and space as much as you care about others isn't greed, it's a form of deep self-respect that recognizes the need for personal growth alongside your connections. Additionally, when you don't base your whole life on one person, you make your relationship stronger. Each person brings their own skills, hobbies, and points of view to the relationship, enhancing its strength instead of using it as a crutch for their own fears or unmet needs. This balance between being together and being yourself is crucial for any long-lasting relationship that works for both people. Stoic advice tells us that we should not let another person's needs control our entire lives. This strengthens our inner foundation and sense of self, allowing us to handle the changes and challenges that come with life. Being ready not only improves our own lives, but also makes us better family members, friends, and partners by making us more present and mentally stable. 11th, embrace goodness. The Stoic commitment to virtue isn't just about doing the right thing, it's also about living a deeply satisfying and resilient life in the face of change. In philosophy, virtue is what makes a life good. It's not a strict set of rules, but a guiding concept that helps us make decisions and interact with others daily. The Stoics believe that virtue consists of four main parts: wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation. Wisdom involves acquiring knowledge, especially about oneself, and knowing the right way to act. It's not enough to be brave in physical danger, you also need the moral strength to do the right thing, even when it's difficult. Justice means being fair to others, acting as part of a community, and respecting others' rights and feelings. Temperance, or self-control, is the ability to restrain our urges and desires to live in line with our true needs and goals. Incorporating virtue into your life means making choices that align with these ideals. You have to pick what's right, not just what's easiest. A Stoic would advise you to choose the path most in line with these virtues when faced with a difficult decision at work or in your personal life. This approach leads to a life that is not only ethically sound but also deeply fulfilling and robust against life's inevitable changes. This could mean standing up for a coworker who is being treated poorly, keeping your cool when provoked, or helping a friend in need even when it's inconvenient. To live virtuously, you must also see problems as opportunities to grow. Stoicism teaches that problems aren't obstacles to happiness, they're chances to demonstrate our commitment to our values. When we face trials with virtue, we not only get through them but also build our character and strength. This perspective transforms how we handle life's ups and downs, making each moment an opportunity to uphold our beliefs. In Stoicism, virtue is closely linked to mental peace. When our actions align with our core ideals, we experience less internal conflict. Knowing that your deeds align with your values brings a deep sense of peace. This harmony reduces stress and boosts self-esteem, leading to a calm and happy mind. The pursuit of virtue is a lifelong journey, not about achieving perfection, but about striving to be the best version of ourselves. It enhances our lives, strengthens our relationships, and provides a guiding framework in a complex and uncertain world. Stoicism tells us to view virtue not as a task, but as a path to freedom and happiness, a journey that is both challenging and rewarding. To find virtue and mental peace, remember that small, strong choices every day are key. Embrace the ideas we've discussed and let them guide you toward a meaningful and peaceful life. Life can be stressful, affecting our happiness and health. But what if there was a peaceful way to navigate these challenges? Let's explore Stoicism and how to address 11 problems in your life without drawing attention to them, to live a happier and more meaningful life. It's time to find inner peace and build a strong mind. I challenge you to read this all the way through to get the most out of it. In the last few minutes, we'll discuss some crucial points that can truly change your life. You won't want to miss them. Explaining ourselves to people who hurt us can be draining. Human relationships are complex, especially when we're in situations that make us unhappy or hurt. Stoic philosophy advises that protecting our emotional integrity is of great value. By choosing not to defend or argue with those who have hurt us, we preserve our inner peace. This choice not only keeps us safe but also allows us to maintain our focus on what truly matters, our own growth and virtue. But it also brings us peace of mind, which is crucial for our mental and emotional health. Maintaining a quiet distance from people who disrupt our peace is a way to uphold our self-worth and respect. By not engaging in arguments and drama, we can preserve our mental balance and focus our energy on relationships that are truly beneficial and fulfilling. The Stoics teach us that silence and disengagement are signs of strength, not weakness. Self-mastery, a central idea in Stoic thought, involves choosing not to react to things that anger us. This approach not only helps heal mental scars but also creates space for self-reflection and growth. One of the key principles in Stoicism is that maintaining distance allows us to observe our emotions without being overwhelmed by them. Facing those who hurt us with peace and honesty demonstrates true resolve. Stoics believe we should use reason and self-discipline to decide how to respond to external challenges. Choosing not to explain ourselves or engage in conflict is a way to avoid unnecessary problems and maintain our peace. This shows emotional independence and makes it easier to handle future issues calmly and resolutely. This method aligns with Stoic ideals of courage and wisdom, lifting our spirits and reinforcing our inner strength. Another essential aspect of Stoicism is avoiding unnecessary goals. In life, we often pursue goals that do not help us progress but instead overwhelm us and distract from what truly matters. These goals are often reflections of others' standards or ideas that do not align with our true selves. Stoicism encourages us to continually evaluate our goals, distinguishing between those that are genuine and those we have adopted without thoughtful consideration. During this self-reflection process, it is important to identify and let go of goals that do not align with our true purpose. This task is challenging but essential for maintaining focus and integrity. Eliminating goals that do not serve us is not just a minor adjustment, but a profound cleansing of our lives, removing obstacles and making room for the personal and spiritual growth we desire. Letting go of these unnecessary goals should be done with great care, demonstrating maturity and respect for each other's paths. This action does not require attention or praise from others. It is an internal shift, a quiet statement of freedom from societal standards. By renewing our commitment to living in alignment with our core ideals, we practice truthfulness. Releasing goals that do not match our values not only frees up emotional and temporal resources, but also fosters a deeper sense of inner peace and purpose. But it also makes us stronger and more self-aware. A Stoic practice that emphasizes the importance of living a life not by the number of things you accomplish but by the quality and meaning of those things is to reject what is unnecessary and focus on what is essential. This recalibration doesn't just make everyday life easier, it's also a significant shift in how we think about success and personal satisfaction. One of the best ways to demonstrate personal freedom and honesty is to align our goals with our core values, supporting the Stoic idea that real happiness comes from living in line with one's nature and purpose. In a world where sharing information is common and often done without much thought, it's crucial to consider the risks of oversharing personal details about our lives, especially those involving past relationships. Stoicism, which stresses self-discipline and reason, urges us to reflect on the importance of privacy and mutual respect, even after a romantic relationship ends. Sharing personal details about a past relationship can invade the other person's privacy and fuel gossip, anger, and confusion. This behavior does not help in overcoming a breakup. Instead, it can prolong pain and conflict. Stoics teach us that we can only control ourselves. Rather than seeking comfort or approval from others when we're hurt, we should focus on introspection. This process of reflection allows us to examine our feelings and experiences, learning from them to become wiser and stronger. We protect our own and each other's honor and create a safe space for personal growth when we choose to keep some parts of our relationships private. Therefore, we should be mindful of what we share and with whom. Withholding private and sensitive information is a way to show respect for yourself and others, helping to build a trusting and respectful atmosphere. This practice aligns with Stoic values by fostering inner peace and personal integrity. By being selective about the information we disclose, we maintain our dignity and promote healthier, more meaningful connections with those around us. Focusing on our own healing journey instead of wasting time on pointless conversations also makes it easier to get through hard times and rebuild ourselves stronger and wiser. When considering sharing private information after a relationship, we should remember the Stoic saying we can't control what happens in the outside world, but we can control how we react to it. Not sharing these details is a strong choice that protects privacy, upholds personal worth, and facilitates deeper and more genuine emotional healing. Keeping our cool in tight situations tests not only our patience but also our growth and self-control. Stoicism, which emphasizes balance and reason, can teach us how to transform anger and rage into cool and confident conversation. It may seem normal to raise your voice in public, especially during disagreements, but this usually doesn't help. Such responses can exacerbate hostility and rudeness. In contrast, Stoic beliefs advocate for finding balance and strength, suggesting that true strength lies in handling anger calmly and firmly. It's important to pause and think before reacting. This break provides time to reflect on what you want to say, allowing you to respond thoughtfully rather than emotionally. A considered response not only resolves the conflict more effectively, but also maintains everyone's dignity. To encourage assertive communication, we need to express our thoughts and needs clearly and directly, without being hostile or passive. It's about setting polite boundaries and having conversations that promote mutual understanding and respect. This approach not only de-escalates conflicts healthily, but also strengthens relationships, ensuring everyone feels heard and respected. Learning to control your anger and transform rage into constructive conversation shows respect for both yourself and others. It demonstrates that even in difficult situations, we can choose a path of wisdom and kindness. By opting for calm and assertive communication, we avoid unnecessary conflicts and lead a more peaceful and balanced life, in line with Stoic ideals of reason and social harmony. Unfortunately, many social interactions involve people spreading bad opinions about others. Stoicism, however, critically views this behavior, highlighting how it can damage relationships. Instead of engaging in gossip or speaking ill of others, Stoicism encourages us to focus on our own behavior and reactions. This practice not only preserves our inner peace, but also fosters a more respectful and supportive community. By refraining from negative speech, we contribute to a more positive environment, aligning with the Stoic principles of virtue and integrity. But also our own respect for ourselves. When we speak ill of others, we harm their image and reveal our own character flaws. This behavior often stems from a tendency to focus on others' shortcomings to distract ourselves from our own problems or fears. Stoics tell us that such actions can create a cycle of fear and hostility that weakens the foundation of any good relationship. Instead of harboring negative views, Stoic thought suggests we should practice kindness. To show empathy, we must try to understand the problems and situations that others are facing. Recognizing that everyone has their own inner battles, we can better grasp the complexities of human nature. By adopting an empathetic stance, we foster an atmosphere of respect and trust. Understanding how others feel allows us to build bridges instead of walls, leading to stronger and more meaningful connections. This mindset encourages us to be less judgmental and more understanding, acknowledging that everyone is flawed and continuously growing and learning. When we choose to spread kindness and positivity, we demonstrate politeness and earn respect. This behavior not only improves our relationships but also aligns us with Stoic ideals of morality and purity. Ultimately, replacing criticism with empathy leads to personal and communal betterment. We ensure a legacy of respect and honor in all our interactions, enriching both our lives and those of others. Another important principle is to avoid constantly comparing ourselves to others. The human urge to compare can be a significant source of unhappiness and frustration. Stoicism, which emphasizes self-sufficiency and recognizing our own worth and abilities, helps us avoid the comparison trap and appreciate the uniqueness of our own journey. By focusing on our own path and progress, we can cultivate a sense of fulfillment and contentment that is not dependent on external validation or comparisons. This perspective allows us to celebrate our individuality and the distinct contributions we make to the world, fostering a deeper sense of self-respect and inner peace. Comparing oneself to others, whether by position, belongings, or accomplishments, is often driven by an external view of success that can pull us away from our real values and goals. This makes us less satisfied with life and can cause us to overlook our own achievements and unique qualities. Stoics teach that everyone has their own path, shaped by their choices, actions, and circumstances. We shouldn't use others as benchmarks for success. Instead, we should focus on personal growth and appreciating our own wins and quirks. By practicing gratitude for what we have and the progress we've made, we can find happiness that comes from within, not from external sources. This mindset not only enhances our self-worth, but also liberates us from the need to meet others' expectations. When we embrace our uniqueness, we are more likely to choose a path that aligns with who we are, rather than one based on others' accomplishments or lifestyles. This is a core principle of Stoicism, which emphasizes authenticity and self-knowledge as essential for a fulfilling life. Giving up constant comparisons is not just a way to accept ourselves, it's a powerful practice that makes our lives more free and joyful. As the Stoics taught, acknowledging and celebrating our own journey strengthens our true spirit. In line with this, we must also be mindful of our use of social media. Increasingly, people are concerned about how much, and often unconsciously, they use social media. We can get caught in a loop of endless content updates and easy access, which not only wastes our time but also harms our mental health. The Stoic philosophy, which stresses balance and self-control, can guide us in assessing our use of digital tools and making necessary adjustments. Using social media without intention can lead to constant comparisons, making us feel unhappy and inadequate. The internet is filled with often unrealistic portrayals of others' lives, which can distort our perception of reality and make us feel we are falling short of expectations. Stoics advise us to become more aware of how and why we use social media. We should question our motivations for using these platforms and be honest about their impact on our well-being. We should avoid passive and continuous use of technology. By being mindful and intentional about our social media habits, we can prevent the negative effects of constant comparison and maintain our mental health. This approach aligns with Stoic teachings on self-discipline and awareness, helping us to focus on what truly matters in fostering a more balanced and fulfilling life. Instead, we should strive for a more aware and restricted involvement, setting clear limits to keep the digital world from taking over our real life. Setting boundaries on when we can check social media and sticking to them can ensure that our use is both planned and limited. Additionally, choosing to follow only content that educates and motivates us can transform our social media experience from one of envy and discontent to one of learning and happiness. Being more thoughtful and selective about how we use social media aligns with Stoic ideas about self-control and judgment, and it also helps us live a healthier, more peaceful life. To live a more thoughtful and meaningful life, we can train our ability to control our instant urges by choosing how we use technology. The constant need for approval from others is a trap that can severely limit our freedom and honesty. In today's world, where social standards and opinions are often exaggerated, it's easy to let others' approval shape our actions and personalities. Stoic thought, on the other hand, encourages us to rethink this dependence and to value our own ideals and inner voice highly. Stoics tell us that real freedom and happiness don't come from being liked by others, but from living in line with our nature and values. If other people's praise affects how we feel about ourselves and the choices we make, we give up our personal power and move away from the sincerity that defines us. It's important to start having more faith in ourselves and our own decisions to break this need for external approval. To do this, we must engage in continuous self-reflection and self-awareness, which helps us understand and uphold our most fundamental values. When we listen to our inner voice more than to what others want, we begin making choices that align with our true desires and needs. The Stoics also advise practicing mental self-sufficiency, which means finding happiness and acceptance within ourselves instead of always seeking approval from others. This practice not only strengthens our sense of self but also promotes a more genuine and contented life, free from the constraints of external validation. By embracing these principles, we can achieve a state of inner peace and resilience, leading to a life that is both fulfilling and true to our authentic selves. By relying less on what other people think, we not only improve our character but also become more emotionally stable. Prioritizing our values and seeking approval from within allows us to live more authentically and be less affected by changes in public opinion. Many people view perfectionism as a path to excellence, but it can actually hinder happiness and personal growth. Obsessing over perfection in every aspect of life can lead to stress, frustration, and dissatisfaction. To lessen the effects of perfectionism, Stoic philosophy, which emphasizes acceptance and reason, can be incredibly helpful. Stoics teach that we should recognize and accept our human flaws. Since humans are inherently imperfect, the pursuit of perfection is bound to fail. Instead of setting unattainable goals, Stoics advise focusing on continual progress and effort, valuing the growth and learning that come from each experience. Self-compassion is crucial in this process. We shouldn't be overly harsh on ourselves when we fail or make mistakes. Instead, we should treat ourselves with the same compassion and understanding that we would offer a close friend. This approach not only reduces the stress associated with perfectionism, but also fosters a healthier, more realistic view of personal growth. Accepting our flaws is essential for living a genuinely happy life. When we embrace our imperfections and stop striving for an unattainable ideal, we create space for a more expansive and liberating experience of life. Understanding that perfection is an illusion reduces anxiety and fear of failure, allowing us to celebrate every small victory on our journey of personal development. Stoic principles suggest that replacing perfectionism with self-compassion and acceptance of our flaws relieves internal pressure and fosters an environment conducive to genuine, less stressful personal growth. This shift leads to a truly happy and fulfilled life, where growth occurs naturally and is genuinely rewarding. Holding on to unrealistic expectations can result in constant disappointment and a distorted view of reality. To achieve happiness and success, we need to ensure our expectations are realistic and achievable. This adjustment helps us appreciate progress and learn from experiences, leading to a more satisfying and balanced life. But also stray from our values and natural abilities. According to Stoic thought, adjusting our expectations can help us avoid disappointment and lead a happier life. When we are overly idealistic and fail to understand our limits and the world around us, we often harbor unrealistic hopes. These can lead us to set goals that don't align with what we truly want or that are too difficult to achieve at present. For Stoics, wisdom involves understanding and accepting our human conditions, including our flaws and the inherent uncertainties of life. Knowing yourself is crucial for setting more realistic goals. This requires continuous honesty about our skills, interests, and limitations. By truly understanding who we are and what we can realistically accomplish, we can temper our expectations and avoid the painful failures associated with overly ambitious goals. Being open to change and flexible in how we handle situations can also reduce stress related to meeting rigid standards. Stoics believe that flexibility is a virtue and teach that we should be ready to adjust our plans and goals when life circumstances change. Flexibility not only decreases frustration, but also helps maintain calm and resilience in the face of setbacks. By relinquishing unrealistic ideals and adopting a more realistic perspective based on self-awareness, we reduce the likelihood of disappointment and create space to pursue and achieve goals that truly matter to us. This shift in focus, in line with Stoic principles, encourages us to live a more authentic and fulfilling life, where success is measured not by achieving distant goals, but by aligning with our true abilities and desires. Engaging in gossip and negative conversations can have serious consequences for both personal and group ethics. While gossip is often seen as a harmless form of social interaction, it can actually undermine trust and respect within any community or group. Philosophies that emphasize morality and self-control, like Stoicism, urge us to consider the impact of our actions and words and choose behaviors that enhance our moral standing. By participating in gossip, we not only damage our own reputations but also contribute to a toxic environment that harms relationships and community cohesion. Instead, Stoic thought encourages us to focus on positive, constructive communication that builds trust and respect. This approach not only supports a more ethical and harmonious community, but also aligns with the Stoic commitment to virtue and integrity. By relying less on what other people think, we not only improve our character but also become more emotionally stable. Prioritizing our values and seeking approval from within allows us to live more authentically and be less affected by changes in public opinion. Many people view perfectionism as a path to excellence, but it can actually hinder happiness and personal growth. Obsessing over perfection in every aspect of life can lead to stress, frustration, and dissatisfaction. To lessen the effects of perfectionism, Stoic philosophy, which emphasizes acceptance and reason, can be incredibly helpful. Stoics teach that we should recognize and accept our human flaws. Since humans are inherently imperfect, the pursuit of perfection is bound to fail. Instead of setting unattainable goals, Stoics advise focusing on continual progress and effort, valuing the growth and learning that come from each experience. Self-compassion is crucial in this process. We shouldn't be overly harsh on ourselves when we fail or make mistakes. Instead, we should treat ourselves with the same compassion and understanding that we would offer a close friend. This approach not only reduces the stress associated with perfectionism, but also fosters a healthier, more realistic view of personal growth. Accepting our flaws is essential for living a genuinely happy life. When we embrace our imperfections and stop striving for an unattainable ideal, we create space for a more expansive and liberating experience of life. Understanding that perfection is an illusion reduces anxiety and fear of failure, allowing us to celebrate every small victory on our journey of personal development. Stoic principles suggest that replacing perfectionism with self-compassion and acceptance of our flaws relieves internal pressure and fosters an environment conducive to genuine, less stressful personal growth. Engaging in gossip and negative conversations can have serious consequences for both personal and group ethics. While gossip is often seen as a harmless form of social interaction, it can actually undermine trust and respect within any community or group. Philosophies that emphasize morality and self-control, like Stoicism, urge us to consider the impact of our actions and words and choose behaviors that enhance our moral standing. By participating in gossip, we not only damage our own reputations but also contribute to a toxic environment that harms relationships and community cohesion. Instead, Stoic thought encourages us to focus on positive, constructive communication that builds trust and respect. This approach not only supports a more ethical and harmonious community, but also aligns with the Stoic commitment to virtue and integrity. Furthermore, by refusing to engage in gossip and promoting respectful, caring conversation, we create a better environment for mutual respect and understanding. In today's world, where words and information are easily twisted and misread, this Stoic concept is especially relevant. By consciously moderating our speech and striving to enhance conversations, we can help build a strong, enduring, and healthier community. Focusing on the positive aspects of life and refraining from spreading hurtful or negative information allows us to protect our own ethics while improving the well-being of everyone around us. Have you ever wondered how to leave a lasting impression? Are you just one of many choices for her? Or does she value you as much as you value her? Winning a woman's respect and making her remember you takes more than love and care. It requires patience and a strong philosophy. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, can provide a unique and effective approach to building and maintaining a happy relationship. Here are some interesting tips derived from Stoic ideas that can help you please any woman, leave a lasting impression, and ultimately build a stronger bond on your path to happiness together. Don't overwhelm her with contact. Often, guys interested in a woman will text, call, and try to stay in touch constantly. Instead, give her space and time to miss you. This shows confidence and self-restraint, qualities that are highly respected. Practice patience, as Stoicism teaches that relationships take time to develop and that rushing things can lead to unnecessary stress and disappointment. Be authentic. Authenticity breeds trust, which is the foundation of any strong relationship. Show resilience by handling challenges calmly and gracefully, demonstrating strength of character and emotional stability. Regularly express gratitude for her presence in your life, reinforcing the value you place on the relationship. Pay attention to her words and show genuine interest in what she says, fostering deeper understanding and connection. Maintain your independence and continue to pursue your personal goals and interests, balancing the relationship healthily. Communicate your thoughts and feelings honestly but kindly to avoid misunderstandings and build mutual respect. Practice empathy by trying to understand her feelings and perspectives, fostering a supportive and compassionate relationship. In conflicts, stay calm and composed, approaching disagreements with the aim of understanding and resolving issues rather than winning the argument. Ensure that you and your partner share core values and beliefs, as a relationship grounded in shared values is more likely to endure and thrive. By applying these Stoic principles, you can create a more meaningful and fulfilling relationship, leaving a lasting impression and building a stronger bond with the woman you value. This approach encourages a life of authenticity, respect, and emotional stability, aligning with Stoic ideals and fostering deeper, more rewarding connections. But here's something that might change the game for you. Being less open can make you much more appealing. It's not about playing games or being hard to find just for fun. It's about living by the Stoic concept of self-sufficiency. Stoicism teaches that it's better to be independent and find happiness within yourself instead of constantly seeking it from external sources like a love interest, support, or attention. When you cut down on the number of texts and calls you make, you're not just being difficult to get, you're showing that you have your own full and interesting life. She might become intrigued and even a little curious about this change. She might start to wonder, what is he doing? Is he busy with something interesting? Is there someone else? These thoughts can make her think about you more and in more interesting ways. For example, if you used to text her every morning to wish her a good day, she will notice the difference if you stop doing this all the time and instead share short clips of fun things you're doing or accomplishments on a regular basis. Instead of just sitting around waiting for her texts, she'll see that you're busy and happy. This method also helps create a healthy environment where everyone's needs are met while still respecting each other's private lives. It shows that you are a serious person who doesn't need regular touch or encouragement to keep people interested. Being independent can make you look great. It makes you seem like someone worth pursuing, not just someone who is always available. By not being as immediately available, you embody the Stoic ideal of mental and self-reliance, which makes her see you in a new, more interesting light. This doesn't mean you should stop talking to her, but make sure that when you do, it's meaningful and shows that you have a full, active life. She may miss you and enjoy the times you do talk even more when you find this balance. In the tricky game of attraction, it's normal for a woman to test the waters to see if you're interested. She might not want to be with you or play hard to get for her. This isn't just a game. It's a test of your sincerity. Are you really interested or just passing by? Taking ideas from Stoicism, let's think about this. Instead of focusing on making her your girlfriend, try living a moral life. You might not think it makes sense at first, but the Stoic emphasis on virtue and moral integrity can be surprisingly attractive. Living a virtuous life means being honest, reliable, and true to your values. This can naturally attract people to you because they see you as a person of substance. When you focus on being the best version of yourself and living according to your principles, you create an aura of confidence and stability. This authenticity is appealing because it shows that you are not desperate or seeking validation. Instead, you are content and strong in who you are. By integrating these Stoic principles into your life, you become more than just a fleeting interest. You become someone worth knowing deeply. This approach not only enhances your relationships but also aligns with the Stoic goal of living a fulfilling and meaningful life. But it works. Stoics stress the importance of being independent and in control of yourself, which can be very appealing. For example, if you always agree with her or try to please her constantly, you might come across as too eager or needy. That's not the goal. Instead, show that you are your own person. It's fine to disagree with someone or be firm about your beliefs. The point is to show confidence and self-assurance. You become more interesting when you demonstrate that you're not just another person easily swayed by her charm, but someone who can stand on their own. You're letting her know that you're interested without being too clingy. Stoic philosophy suggests that what we are attracts others, not what we want. So if you show that you are independent and sure of yourself, you'll likely attract someone who values those traits. As you stand your ground and maintain your composure, she will probably become more interested in you. She'll think more about you and what you're doing, and she might even miss having you around. Remember, the goal is to show a balanced level of attention that is neither too close nor too distant, making her feel both attracted to and respected by you. This makes you someone she can't help but think about. Another important step is to show off your life. People who are interested in attraction often miss a crucial truth: live a life that others want to be a part of. Focusing on your own growth and goals is a big part of Stoicism, which is where this idea comes from. Sharing bits and pieces of your interesting life, especially when you're not with the person you're interested in, will naturally make you more attractive. If she looks at your social media and only sees quiet, uneventful moments, she might think that you're not doing much. Instead, post about the exciting things you're doing, the achievements you're making, and the hobbies you're passionate about. Show her that you have a vibrant, fulfilling life. This not only makes you more appealing, but also demonstrates that you're a person with goals and interests beyond just the relationship. This approach aligns with Stoic values of self-improvement and living a meaningful life. By doing so, you become someone who is not only attractive, but also someone who inspires and draws others into your dynamic world. But if the photos you post show how full your life is, like from a beautiful walk, a fun night out with friends, or a sport you really enjoy, you're not just filling up your feed, you're telling the story of a well-lived life. Imagine sharing a photo of yourself reaching the top of a difficult trail or moments from a last-minute road trip. These pictures don't need to be flashy or loud, they should simply reflect your happiness and engagement with the world around you. Giving her a glimpse into your world, showing how you live and enjoy yourself, is not about bragging or making her feel left out. This approach subtly communicates that you are someone who finds joy in your own hobbies and activities. It's like saying, "I'm here, living my best life," and it can make her feel intrigued and maybe even a bit of FOMO, fear of missing out. She might start to wonder, what's so interesting about his life? Why am I not a part of it? This aligns with a basic Stoic principle: work on improving yourself first, and the rest will take care of itself. Because your life is so fulfilling, she will be curious about what it would be like to share those experiences with you. It's a modest yet effective way to capture her attention and make her miss having you in her life, by making her feel like she's missing out on something great by not being with you. When people are dating today, social media is often a place where subtle attention games are played. Let's say you've cut down on your texts to her, creating some space and silence. She might start posting interesting pictures online or dropping hints about you in a way that seems designed to catch your attention. This is an old move meant to keep you engaged. Stoic philosophy advises that the best response is often to do nothing. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of self-control and not letting external events dictate our feelings. Instead, we should respond with well-thought-out reasoning. By not reacting to these social media tricks, you practice a form of modern Stoicism. For example, if she shares a beautiful picture from a recent trip or posts a status that seems to subtly refer to a shared joke, you might feel tempted to like or comment. However, by choosing not to participate, you add an element of mystery and self-assurance. She's looking for your comments or likes, and if she doesn't see them, she might be confused and intrigued. This silence communicates that you are not just another predictable partner. You have your own life and are not simply waiting for her to dictate your actions. The goal of this move is not to be cold. It's to show that your attention is not easily swayed by obvious baits. You are not desperate. Watching what she does on social media without reacting shows that you are grounded and self-sufficient. This approach makes you stand out as someone who is independent and emotionally stable, which is very attractive and in line with Stoic principles. This approach might make you look more interesting and appealing. You're not playing the usual games. Instead, you're making yourself stand out by demonstrating that genuine connection and effort are required to earn your interest and attention. This kind of self-control aligns with the Stoic idea that we shouldn't let things outside our control bother us. Instead, we should focus on staying calm and honorable internally. This method could make her view you in a very different light, potentially increasing her interest and driving her to seek a deeper, more genuine relationship with you. Another powerful way to leave a lasting impression and make her miss you is by sharing what you know with others. Teaching her something new fits perfectly with Stoic ideas, which emphasize the importance of sharing knowledge and wisdom. By imparting some wisdom, you show not only your intelligence but also that you care about her well-being and want to enhance her life, which are very attractive traits. Consider this: she might be interested in your sport or a subject you are passionate about. Use this opportunity to teach her something about it. For example, if you love gardening, you could show her how to set up her first vegetable garden. Spend an evening stargazing and sharing knowledge about the constellations if you have an interest in astronomy. It's not just about teaching, it's about spending quality time together and deepening your connection. People who can engage others in this way demonstrate intelligence, patience, and the ability to connect on a deeper level. It shows that you are interested in more than just talking about yourself or mundane topics. You want to provide enriching experiences. By doing this, you position yourself as someone who adds value to her day and makes her experiences more interesting and meaningful. This approach also makes the time you spend together more memorable. Often people remember and cherish moments when they learned something significant or had transformative experiences. This can create lasting memories and a sense of appreciation for the time spent with you, enhancing her desire to be with you and miss you when you're not around. You become more than just another friend when she associates you with times of learning and growth. You become someone she looks forward to spending time with and learning from. This practice also improves your relationships by focusing on growth and understanding instead of shallow conversations. This not only strengthens the friendship but also aligns with the Stoic idea of improving both yourself and others, making bonds stronger and your absence more felt when you're not there. By sparking her interest and making it easy for her to learn from your conversations, you establish yourself in her mind as someone interesting and necessary. By being thoughtful, you can make her love you even more and miss you when you're not around. If you're still with us after reading this far, please leave a comment below with your thoughts or just type super if you like what you're reading. Your comments are very helpful and give us ideas for new videos. Let's keep going on this journey. Stay calm when you're talking to someone. When she calls you after a long period of silence, this is your chance to truly embody the Stoic principle of staying calm. It's tempting to respond with a lot of energy, which could give the impression that you've been eagerly awaiting her message. Instead, a reserved person would respond with something cool and controlled, showing that they are glad to hear from her but don't need her attention too much. If she texts you after a while, for example, a simple "Hey, how's it going?" is a great way to respond. It's warm and friendly without being over the top. This answer shows that you've been busy with your own life, but you're still willing to connect. You should let her know that you value the conversation, but that it doesn't define your happiness or daily life. This measured coolness isn't about playing games, it's about showing the confidence and self-assurance of a Stoic. Stoicism teaches that external events, such as someone's message or lack thereof, shouldn't affect our inner peace and sense of self-content. By reacting in a calm and unconcerned way, you make yourself more interesting and desirable. This subtly shows her that, even though you're interested in her, your life is full and interesting on its own. At times, this can be very appealing, indicating that you have depth, strength, and the freedom to enjoy life on your own. Being attractive in these ways often makes someone more desirable because it shows that they have more to offer than just surface-level interest. You can demonstrate maturity and respect by keeping your cool and replying in a simple way, showing that you see her as an equal partner in the conversation. This approach fosters a deeper connection and respect, aligning with the Stoic values of inner calm and genuine engagement. And not just someone to be won over. This respectful attitude, rooted in Stoic philosophy, often leads to deeper and longer-lasting interest, keeping her coming back to experience more of your calm, thoughtful presence. 7th, keep the talk in check. When you first meet someone or start a relationship, you might feel the urge to tell her everything about your day whenever she shows interest. However, from a Stoic perspective, consider the virtues of balance and control. When she asks about your day or life, it's best to hold back a bit. Tell her just enough to make the conversation interesting without giving away all the details. It's not about playing games or being hard to get. It's about maintaining a healthy space between you. If she asks how your weekend was, you could say something like, "It was great. Got to recharge and catch up on some reading." This leaves the door open for her to ask more questions if she wants, but it also lets her know that your life is full and balanced without needing to go into every detail. This approach shows that you care about both her interests and your own privacy, valuing the quality of your relationships more than the amount of information you share. It's a modest nod to the Stoic idea that inner peace comes from controlling our reactions and relationships, not from seeking approval or talking excessively. Additionally, by not being an open book, you naturally create an air of wonder and depth. People are drawn to things they don't fully understand because they want to learn more and explore. By sharing few details, you demonstrate confidence in the value of your life, and that you don't need constant validation from others to feel good about it. This can make you more interesting and attractive because it shows you are thoughtful and self-sufficient. It also indicates that you see her as someone you want to spend time with, not someone you have to report to. By keeping this balance, you'll be more likely to keep her interested in learning more about you, leading to a deeper and longer-lasting relationship. Eighth, make surprise a part of your life. Stoicism might make you think of calm and steady behavior, but incorporating elements of surprise and spontaneity can also be aligned with Stoic principles. Surprises can keep a relationship vibrant and exciting. Planning unexpected activities or small gestures of kindness can show her that you are thoughtful and that you put effort into making her feel special. This doesn't mean being erratic or unpredictable in a negative way. It means occasionally breaking the routine to bring joy and novelty into the relationship. For example, you might surprise her with a spontaneous picnic, a handwritten note, or tickets to a show she mentioned wanting to see. These small surprises can create memorable moments and reinforce the connection between you. The key is to balance these surprises with the calm and steady presence that Stoicism advocates. By doing so, you show that while you are grounded and self-assured, you also value the importance of keeping the relationship dynamic and engaging. This blend of steadiness and spontaneity can make you a more appealing and well-rounded partner, fostering a deeper and more meaningful connection. But also the strategic use of your mind to enhance your life, including your relationships. One effective way to get closer to someone is by surprising them with thoughtful acts of kindness every once in a while. This approach isn't just meant to excite her, it's also to show that you care about her desires and interests. Consider the power of unexpected actions. If she mentions she likes art, surprise her with tickets to a new exhibit at a local gallery. If she loves the outdoors, take her on a day trip to a nearby nature reserve she hasn't visited yet. The value of these surprises lies in the thoughtfulness behind them and the joy they bring because they are unexpected. From these moments, she will look forward to spending time with you, always wondering what delightful treat might be around the corner. This keeps the relationship exciting. Imagine how she will feel when she discovers you've planned a trip to a place she's always wanted to visit. Such gestures show that you have listened to her and care about her happiness enough to make it happen. In modern times, these acts demonstrate a Stoic principle. While we can't control everything in life, we can control how we bring happiness to those we care about. By planning these surprises, you're creating moments of joy and showing your commitment to enhancing the relationship. She'll enjoy the time with you even more and will miss you and think about you when you're not there. These surprises also create an impression that you bring pleasant surprises into her life. It's not about throwing her off balance, but rather about making your expressions of love more meaningful. Each surprise can become a cherished part of the narrative you're building together. It will strengthen your bond and make her excited about the future with you. Ninth, learn to appreciate mysteries. A little surprise can go a long way in partnerships. A good story builds up slowly, keeping the reader engaged, and the story of who you are can do the same. Stoic lessons promote not only self-control but also the cultivation of a certain degree of mystery. This doesn't mean being secretive or dishonest, rather, it involves revealing yourself gradually, keeping some aspects of your life and personality for her to discover over time. By not laying everything out immediately, you create a sense of intrigue and depth. This gradual revelation makes you more interesting and gives her something to look forward to. Just as a well-crafted story keeps the reader turning pages, your relationship can thrive on a balance of shared experiences and slowly unfolding personal insights. This approach aligns with Stoic principles by maintaining a steady, thoughtful progression in the relationship, enhancing both your connection and the overall narrative of your shared journey. But also a slow, careful reveal of one's character and ideals over time. This aligns well with those Stoic principles. Instead of showing her everything about you right away, let her learn about your personality, skills, and interests one piece at a time. For example, you might hint at a drawing skill or an exciting event from your past, but save the specifics for a later conversation. By slowly revealing bits and pieces of information about yourself, each interaction becomes filled with new discoveries, making you more interesting and your time together more anticipated. This method of gradual revelation appeals to people's natural desire to learn and be curious. When you reveal just enough to keep her interested without giving away too much, you create a constant sense of surprise. It's like leaving clues that lead her through a journey, with each step making her more excited and engaged. Keeping some things a secret can also help build a respectful space, which is often attractive. The importance of self-sufficiency and not overwhelming others with our appearance or personal details are lessons we can learn from Stoicism. When you keep some aspects of yourself private, you show that you are someone with depth that isn't easily understood at first glance. This can make her more eager to learn about you, creating an interest that is hard to replicate. For instance, on one date, you might casually mention your interest in science but say nothing more until she brings it up again. Then, you could plan a date to look at the stars and delve deeper into this interest. Being careful and deliberate in how you share shows that you are intriguing and thoughtful about how you present yourself to others. Each meeting becomes an opportunity for her to uncover a new layer of who you are, maintaining her interest and deepening your connection over time. This approach of gradual revelation ensures that every encounter is fresh and engaging. By being strategic and mindful about how much you reveal, you keep the relationship dynamic and interesting. This method not only keeps her curious and invested, but also respects the Stoic principle of measured, meaningful interaction. It shows that you are confident and comfortable with who you are, making each shared moment more valuable and memorable. But also genuinely misses when you're not around. This approach allows you to peel back another layer of the onion, so to speak. Every new thing she learns about you enhances her picture of you, making her eager to see what else she can discover. This keeps her thinking about you, making her miss you more each time you part ways, and eagerly anticipating your next surprise. 10th, encourage humility and participation in conversations. It's easy to fall into the me mindset where your stories and accomplishments dominate the conversation without you realizing it. Stoicism teaches the virtue of humility and the importance of listening, both of which are crucial for ensuring that both partners in a relationship feel respected and valued. When you talk to her, strive to balance sharing your own experiences with a genuine interest in hers. It's not just about avoiding monopolizing the conversation, it's about creating meaningful exchanges where both of you feel heard and appreciated. For example, after sharing your story about a recent camping trip, turn the conversation around and ask her about her own outdoor activities or hobbies. This balanced approach shows that you care about her as a person, not just as an audience for your stories. By listening well, you demonstrate that you value and respect her experiences and thoughts, aligning with the Stoic ideal of focusing on the external world as well as the internal. This makes the time she spends with you more memorable and satisfying, increasing the likelihood that she'll miss you when you're not around. Furthermore, avoiding self-centeredness makes you more appealing. People are naturally drawn to those who listen and make them feel important. She will remember how you made her feel appreciated and respected, which are very attractive traits. Engaging with each other in this way also strengthens your relationship. She is more likely to open up and share personal stories when she feels that you are genuinely interested in her life. This builds trust and intimacy, and she'll cherish these moments, missing them when you're apart. By adopting a calm, thoughtful stance and focusing on not only sharing yourself but also getting to know and appreciating her, you become someone she truly enjoys being with and deeply misses in your absence. This balanced and respectful approach fosters a strong, enduring connection that goes beyond superficial interaction, but rather your reaction to it. This Stoic principle can be applied to the idea of making people jealous in a positive way. The goal is not to incite jealousy through manipulation or deceit, but to showcase your fulfilling life, making her realize your value and attractiveness. This approach, when handled with care and integrity, can enhance her interest and deepen your relationship. 11th, make people jealous in a good way. A little jealousy can remind her of your value in the social market, but it must be managed carefully and precisely. In line with Stoic principles, this approach involves controlling our actions and using them to demonstrate self-respect and honor. Show her, not just tell her, that your life is full and happy with or without her, which can naturally increase her interest. Imagine this scenario: you're out having fun with friends and decide to share a picture on social media. In the photo, you're laughing, the atmosphere is lively, and a female friend is in the background. The key is not to draw undue attention to yourself. It's simply a candid snapshot of friends enjoying each other's company. Tagging a friend occasionally can pique her curiosity without crossing any lines. This method isn't about making her think you're interested in someone else or making her feel bad. Instead, it subtly communicates that you are a person who is liked and valued by others, including women. This might make her see you differently as someone desirable to others, which could increase her interest in you. It's a way to convey that you are liked, and that if she's genuinely interested, she might want to pay closer attention to what she appreciates about you. A conservative perspective would caution against using jealousy as a primary tactic. Stoicism teaches us to build relationships on mutual understanding and respect, not on deception. Therefore, this strategy should be used sparingly and always with the aim of being genuine and true to oneself. It's not about playing games, it's about giving her a glimpse into your life that naturally attracts her. This approach provides her with a more complete picture of your social interactions, making you appear more valuable in others' eyes, thus increasing your attractiveness. Her curiosity is sparked by not knowing who these other people are or what they like about you, which may make her more interested in discovering how she fits into your life. This doesn't force her to compete, but shows her how exciting and full your world is, making her want to be a part of it. Stoicism also helps us deal with the discomfort of praise or attention that makes us uneasy. When someone praises you in a way that feels uncomfortable, remember Epictetus's wisdom: what bothers you is not what happens to you, but your reaction to it. By adopting this mindset, you can handle envy and lies more gracefully, maintaining your inner peace and self-assurance. This approach ensures that your inner interactions remain genuine and respectful, reinforcing the Stoic ideals of integrity and self-control. Stoicism teaches us that our reactions, not events themselves, determine our happiness. By refining our judgment and learning to recognize subtle signs of envy and deceit, we can have better, more satisfying relationships. Here we delve into 13 Stoic ideas that help you see through anger and deceit. We'll explore how to identify people who spread lies and distinguish genuine compliments from veiled insults. The first concept is the barbed compliment. Stoicism, a philosophy that emphasizes reason, virtue, and clear communication, places a high value on open and honest language. Seneca, a famous Roman philosopher, said that true happiness comes from enjoying the present without worrying about the future and being content with what you have. However, navigating social situations can sometimes feel like navigating a market full of attacks disguised as compliments. Jealous people may use a technique similar to the Socratic sting, where they make seemingly nice comments that actually carry negative connotations. Imagine a friend writing you a letter of praise for your promotion, saying, "That promotion was lucky, but you'll do great at first glance." This might seem like a positive message, but a closer look reveals a subtle attempt to undermine your achievement. Such remarks imply that your success might not be due to your skills or hard work, but rather to a stroke of luck. In contrast, genuine praise is specific and unambiguous, acknowledging your accomplishments without any conditions. Real praise makes you feel proud and confident, motivating and inspiring you. Stoic philosophy advises us to differentiate between genuine praise and backhanded compliments. True compliments are clear and direct, celebrating your success in a way that builds your self-esteem. They inspire and uplift, fostering good relationships. By learning to spot these subtle differences, we can protect ourselves from negativity and focus on the positive influences in our lives. To build good relationships, it's crucial to recognize these disguised insults and understand their intent. By applying Stoic principles, we can better interpret these social cues and respond appropriately. This awareness allows us to maintain our emotional equilibrium and interact with others from a place of strength and clarity. In summary, the Stoic approach to handling barbed compliments involves recognizing them for what they are and not letting them affect our inner peace. By focusing on clear, honest communication and valuing genuine praise, we can cultivate more authentic and supportive relationships. This practice not only helps us navigate social dynamics but also strengthens our character, enabling us to remain steadfast in the face of deceit and envy. But absent during your struggles. By scrutinizing the consistency of their support, we can discern true friends from those who are only selectively supportive. Stoic philosophy teaches us to look beyond words and examine actions. Are the words they use to praise you in line with how they act? If someone compliments you, does it seem genuine and enthusiastic, or does it feel empty and insincere? Using our better judgment, we can navigate social interactions and protect ourselves from seemingly friendly yet jealous individuals. By asking these questions about the social setting and applying philosophical reasoning, we can better understand people's true intentions. The second concept is selective support. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of consistency and reliability in our interactions. Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic thinker and Roman emperor, emphasized working for the general good, which includes building healthy and supportive relationships with others. Real friends, as envisioned by the Stoics, consistently cheer you on and celebrate your successes, no matter how big or small. They stand by your side during tough times, genuinely enjoying your wins and providing unwavering support. However, navigating the complexities of human relationships can sometimes reveal people who offer support selectively, changing their loyalties based on the situation. These individuals, often driven by jealousy, may be enthusiastic about your successes when it benefits them or enhances their social standing. Conversely, they may become distant or indifferent when you face challenges. Their support hinges on maintaining a certain image or social dynamic rather than genuine concern for your well-being. Imagine having a friend who is thrilled about your raise and the status it brings but becomes strangely distant when you share the difficulties of your job or the long hours you have to work. This kind of selective support contrasts sharply with the unwavering commitment that Stoicism encourages. True friends, motivated by sincere concern for your well-being, offer support out of virtue and integrity, not for personal gain or social posturing. By understanding the dynamics of selective support, we can improve our interactions and find more fulfilling relationships. Stoicism places a high value on reason, which helps us identify patterns in how people interact with us. Does a friend's attitude toward you change based on what you're going through? Are they present to celebrate your wins but absent during your struggles? Recognizing these patterns allows us to distinguish genuine friends from those who are selectively supportive. In summary, the Stoic approach to identifying genuine support involves examining the consistency of actions and the sincerity of words. By applying Stoic principles of reason and integrity, we can build more authentic and supportive relationships, fostering a social environment that aligns with the values of virtue and mutual respect. This awareness not only helps us navigate social complexities, but also strengthens our character, enabling us to cultivate meaningful connections with those who truly care about our well-being. But leave when things get tough. People who truly embody the heart of friendship can be identified by using calm reasoning. These individuals make us feel safe and trusting in our social networks because they are always there for us. Third, the body turns against you. Epictetus, a proponent of self-awareness and a key figure in Stoicism, said, "The main task in life is simply this: to identify and separate matters so that I can clearly say to myself which are externals not under my control and which have to do with the choices I control." Stoics believed in the importance of being highly self-aware and attuned to reading people's body language. Even though we can't change how others act or feel, body language and nonverbal cues can reveal someone's true emotions, especially when they don't align with their words. Imagine someone tells you they are proud of something you recently accomplished. They try to smile, but their lips are tight and their posture remains stiff. Although their words express care and enthusiasm, their handshake might lack strength or warmth, failing to convey genuine warmth. This discrepancy between verbal statements and nonverbal cues can be a warning sign, indicating underlying negative feelings. For instance, someone may say congratulations out loud, but their body language suggests otherwise. Stoicism teaches us to pay attention to these subtle signs to better understand the true feelings and intentions of those around us. By observing body language, we can discern whether someone's words are sincere or merely a facade. This awareness allows us to navigate social interactions more effectively, ensuring that we surround ourselves with people who genuinely support and care for us. In summary, recognizing the alignment or misalignment between someone's words and body language is crucial for identifying true friends and building authentic relationships. Stoic principles of self-awareness and careful observation help us detect insincerity and protect our emotional well-being. By applying these insights, we can foster a supportive social environment rooted in genuine connections and mutual respect. Their body language might not instantly show that they are jealous, but subtle cues can reveal their true feelings. The Stoics stress the importance of reason and review as a way to help us focus on what we can control. We can't change another person's hidden thoughts or feelings, but we can control our own. We don't have to take their praises at face value. We can act with a fair amount of caution. Stoicism tells us to improve our ability to observe and understand other people's emotions by noticing when their words and body language don't match up. Paying attention to silent cues and learning how to interpret them in the context of the situation can teach us a lot about how people really connect with each other. This ability to discern helps us handle social situations with more awareness, allowing us to spot potential jealousy or dishonesty that might not have been mentioned otherwise. The fourth concept is the poison of comparison. If you want to follow the Stoic philosophy, you should focus on finding inner happiness and accepting things that are out of your control. We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality, warned Seneca, a famous Roman sage. This advice is especially useful when considering how damaging comparison can be. Jealousy often stirs up comparison, which is a toxic mix. People who are jealous may constantly compare themselves to others, exaggerate their own successes, or engage in self-promotion to downplay the achievements of others. Imagine a close friend who is thrilled to congratulate you on a recent honor you've received. Then, in subsequent conversations, they jokingly downplay the value of your prize or talk about similar but slightly exaggerated accomplishments of their own. This behavior pattern illustrates the harmful effects of comparison, which stems from a constant need for approval from others and destroys one's sense of success and ability to form genuine relationships. Stoic philosophy teaches that real friends can be happy for each other's successes without feeling bad about themselves. They understand that everyone has a unique path and that all achievements, big or small, should be recognized and celebrated. Practicing quiet acceptance and focusing on the present and the effort we put into our goals can bring us inner peace, which is a powerful antidote to the harms of comparison. By celebrating our own achievements and the achievements of others, we build a sense of community and shared success. This helps us transform feelings of jealousy into supportive emotions based on mutual respect. The Stoics believe that we can find true happiness inside by aligning our actions with virtue and living a meaningful life. In summary, Stoicism teaches us to focus on inner happiness and control what we can. By improving our observational skills and recognizing the signs of jealousy and dishonesty, we can navigate social situations more effectively. Embracing the Stoic principles of acceptance and avoiding comparison allows us to cultivate genuine relationships and find true contentment. This approach not only enhances our personal growth, but also fosters a supportive and harmonious community. People who try to undermine our achievements by comparing them to others are less likely to deceive us if we focus on the things we can control, such as our thoughts, actions, and feelings. Instead of feeling bad about ourselves or envious, we should work on building a sense of self-worth that allows us to enjoy other people's successes. Stoicism teaches us to create stronger and more meaningful bonds with others based on mutual respect and admiration. The fifth concept is dealing with the starts of a fight. Stoicism, a philosophy rooted in reason, virtue, and mental endurance, can greatly help when dealing with difficult people. One of the core Stoic principles is the dichotomy of control, which helps us distinguish between what we can control and what we cannot. This idea is emphasized by Epictetus, one of the most important Stoics, who said, "Freedom is the power to choose." We find freedom when we can choose how to react to the world around us, not by trying to control other people's actions or words. People who spread lies or negativity often grapple with jealousy or fear. Their fixation on negative aspects, often driven by these deep-seated emotions, can be very destructive in relationships. Such individuals may try to make you stand out by sharing stories or highlighting perceived flaws, which can create divisions and erode trust within social groups. Their focus on fostering negative relationships rather than maintaining positive ones makes them unlikely to be genuinely helpful. According to the Stoics, we should surround ourselves with positive and inspiring people who cheer us on in our successes and support us through hard times. Building relationships with good-natured individuals creates a supportive and encouraging environment. By focusing on what we can control our thoughts, words, and actions, we can handle negative situations more effectively. In summary, Stoicism teaches us to cultivate a strong sense of self-worth and to enjoy others' successes without feeling envious. It helps us recognize and avoid people who undermine our achievements, allowing us to form genuine and supportive relationships. When dealing with the beginnings of conflict, Stoic principles remind us to focus on our reactions and maintain our composure, thereby fostering a more positive and resilient social environment. Imagine someone talks badly about a mutual friend, attempting to stir conflict. Based on the Stoic idea of the dichotomy of control, it is important to understand that while we can't change the person sharing stories, we can choose how to respond to them. Maintaining a calm attitude would mean politely refusing to join the negative conversation and shifting the topic to something more positive. By choosing not to engage, we protect our mental health and prevent the spread of negativity. Simply put, Stoic philosophy equips us with the tools to create a more positive and calm environment. By focusing on making positive connections, avoiding participation in negativity, and concentrating on things we can control, we empower ourselves to handle relationship problems effectively and build a social circle that supports our growth and well-being. On the sixth spot is the siren song of flattery. Stoic philosophy, grounded in reason and judgment, helps us navigate the complexities of social relationships. Marcus Aurelius, a famous Stoic thinker and Roman emperor, advised, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Genuine praise can make us feel good, but excessive flattery can be like a siren call, making us vulnerable to manipulation. Improving our ability to judge calmly is essential to overcoming this social obstacle. For instance, if a new friend excessively praises your work, calling you a genius or a wonder without acknowledging the specifics of your accomplishments or the effort involved, it may be a warning sign. People with hidden agendas might use excessive flattery to gain your trust or exploit your kindness. Genuine compliments are specific and highlight your best qualities, as Stoic principles suggest. Real praise might point out a particular skill you demonstrated or commend the dedication and effort you put into a project. Sincere and positive words help the recipient feel proud and successful. Using Stoic reasoning is crucial to differentiate between genuine praise and deceitful flattery. Is the praise specific and authentic, or is it general and exaggerated? Does the person giving the compliment seem to have a hidden agenda, or are they genuinely interested in your work? By employing our mental skills and carefully observing the other person's actions, we can discern their true intentions. In summary, Stoicism teaches us to focus on the things we can control, such as our responses and actions, to maintain a positive environment. It encourages us to build meaningful relationships based on mutual respect and to recognize and avoid excessive flattery that could lead to manipulation. This approach helps us foster genuine connections and navigate social complexities with wisdom and integrity. But also celebrate your achievements without any hidden agenda or jealousy. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of living a good life and being honest in all our actions, including how we communicate with others. By applying these principles and becoming adept at recognizing when someone is being overly flattering, we can avoid falling for manipulative tactics. We can see through deceit and learn to value genuine praise. At the same time, by being honest and respectful with each other, we can build better and more meaningful connections. Stoicism teaches us to maintain our integrity and self-worth, even in the face of envy or attempts to undermine our achievements. Seventh, making your light less bright. In Stoic philosophy, there is a strong emphasis on recognizing and valuing your own worth. Epictetus famously said, "It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Life gives us ample time and resources to do what is most important, as long as we use them wisely. If you are confident in your values and achievements, you can protect yourself from those who seek to downplay your accomplishments. In partnerships, envy can be a subtle yet damaging force. Jealous individuals may try to minimize your achievements, attributing them to luck, external factors, or mere coincidence. Such attempts to dim your light can lead you to doubt your skills and the value of your work. Imagine celebrating a raise with a friend who remains negative throughout the event. They might say, "Wow, that promotion came out of nowhere." You're lucky this phrase, though seemingly harmless, undermines your hard work and success. Stoicism, however, encourages us to take pride in our accomplishments and enjoy the journey that led to them. Real friends, according to Stoic principles, support you by being genuinely happy for your successes. They acknowledge the effort and dedication that contributed to your achievements without diminishing them. In summary, Stoicism teaches us to maintain our integrity and self-worth by recognizing and valuing our achievements. By applying Stoic principles, we can see through manipulative tactics and value genuine praise. We build stronger, more meaningful connections through honesty and respect. Stoicism also encourages us to be proud of our accomplishments and to surround ourselves with friends who genuinely celebrate our successes, thus fostering a positive and supportive social environment. But they also show their genuine admiration without any conditions. Their support will provide you with a profound sense of accomplishment and bolster your confidence in your abilities. By having a deeper understanding of your own worth and the effort you put into achieving your goals, you will be better equipped to identify attempts to diminish your light. Stoicism places a strong emphasis on self-knowledge, and these methods can help you distinguish between sincere feedback and hidden jealousy. It's important to remember that your achievements reflect your dedication and persistence. Ensure that no one can take away the joy you have gained from your successes. Developing a good sense of self-worth through Stoic philosophy will equip you with the tools you need. Recognizing your own worth and being grateful for the journey you've undertaken can help you build an inner strength that is unaffected by other people's negativity. You'll be able to handle relationships more intelligently and build a natural support system that appreciates your abilities. 8th, broken vows and shifting sands. Living a good life and conducting oneself with honesty are central to Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius, a famous Stoic thinker and Roman emperor, said, "The whole future lies in uncertainty, live immediately." This fundamental idea is important when interacting with others, as being consistent and trustworthy is key to building strong, long-lasting relationships. People who regularly break their promises or give weak excuses for their bad behavior are like shifting sands. They do not provide a reliable foundation for a strong relationship. Consider a friend who frequently cancels plans at the last minute with weak or unconvincing excuses. If someone is consistently unreliable, it could be a red flag indicating they don't respect your time or feelings. Stoics believe that people should live their lives with integrity, meaning their actions should align with their words. If someone regularly breaks their promises, it indicates a misalignment between their words and actions. Surrounding yourself with trustworthy individuals who hold you accountable is one of the best ways to build good relationships. Stoicism taught that true friends show their love through their actions. These people are reliable sources of support because they keep their promises and show up when they say they will. Their honesty fosters a relationship built on trust and safety, allowing you to depend on them and believe what they say. In summary, Stoicism teaches us to maintain our integrity and self-worth by recognizing and valuing our achievements. By applying Stoic principles, we can see through manipulative tactics and value genuine praise. We build stronger, more meaningful connections through honesty and respect. Stoicism also encourages us to be proud of our accomplishments and to surround ourselves with friends who genuinely celebrate our successes, fostering a positive and supportive social environment. Additionally, living according to Stoic principles helps us recognize and avoid unreliable individuals, ensuring that our relationships are built on a foundation of trust and mutual respect. In order to get along with other people, you need to be able to tell the difference between real dependability and empty claims. Stoic philosophy advises us to look for patterns in how people treat each other. For example, does a friend of yours often not show up for plans? Do their reasons seem dishonest or self-serving? Using Stoic reasoning and judgment can help us identify those who are honest and trustworthy. Such people are crucial for building strong, reliable relationships, which in turn help us feel safe and stable in our social groups. Keep in mind that we can't predict the future, but our actions in the present can shape how we connect with others. By choosing to surround ourselves with people who embody Stoic ethics, we build a foundation of trust and reliability. This makes us better equipped to handle difficult social situations and forge genuine connections that will last a lifetime. 9th, the heart that needs help. Stoicism is a school of thought that emphasizes developing mental freedom and self-reliance. It values reason, virtue, and emotional resilience. Seneca, one of the most important Roman Stoics, famously said, "How much more grievous are the things we fear than those we suffer?" This insight is particularly relevant when considering the complexities of relationships and the risks of emotional dependency. People who constantly seek approval from others often struggle with self-esteem. This need for validation makes them vulnerable to manipulation, as they are easily swayed by others. Think about someone in your social group who constantly seeks reassurance and praise. Their happiness seems to depend on how others feel about them, and they may even lie or manipulate to get the validation they crave. This constant need for approval can strain relationships and lead to a sense of inauthenticity. Stoicism teaches that true friends value your honesty and appreciate your uniqueness. They see your inherent worth and respect the unique perspective you bring, fostering a sense of safety and mutual respect. By working on building your mental freedom and self-worth, you become less susceptible to the manipulations of those who constantly seek praise. Stoicism places great emphasis on self-knowledge, which helps you understand your own mental needs. Do you feel a constant need for validation from others? How do others' opinions affect your sense of self-worth? By becoming aware of these tendencies, you can build inner strength and self-reliance. Recognizing and addressing your own needs for external validation can lead to greater mental freedom and a stronger sense of self-worth. In summary, Stoicism teaches us to identify trustworthy individuals and build strong, dependable relationships. By recognizing patterns of behavior and applying Stoic reasoning, we can distinguish between genuine dependability and empty promises. Additionally, by developing self-reliance and understanding our own needs for validation, we can protect ourselves from manipulation and build more authentic, respectful connections. These practices not only enhance our social interactions but also contribute to our overall mental and emotional well-being. Stoicism tells us that happiness comes from within, and that we can find it by practicing virtue and letting our core beliefs guide our actions. Focusing on our own growth and development can help us feel less reliant on approval from others to boost our sense of self-worth. This emotional freedom gives us more control over our relationships and helps us build partnerships based on true love and respect for each other. Remember that we often have the inner strength to get through the bad things that happen in life. You can build mental strength and self-reliance by studying Stoic philosophy. Building up your inner strength and accepting who you are will make you less easy to manipulate and help you form stronger, more important connections with others based on trust and honesty. Number 10, the words of your gut. Stoicism places a premium on virtue, reason, and emotional intelligence. While Stoicism values reason, it also acknowledges the importance of intuition or gut feeling. Epictetus, a famous figure in Stoic philosophy, said, "The greatest danger for most of us is not that our aim is too high and we miss it, but that it is too low and we reach it." This quote underscores the importance of setting high goals for ourselves and being aware of situations that might not be in our best interests. When it comes to making decisions, intuition, those subtle internal nudges, can be very useful. Picture yourself meeting someone new who is full of compliments. Although their words seem positive, you might feel a slight discomfort or sense that something is off. This gut feeling could be an important signal. Stoic philosophy advises us to pay attention to these feelings, as they can offer valuable insights that pure reason might overlook. In navigating relationships, combining reason with intuition allows for a more balanced approach. While reasoning helps us analyze and understand situations logically, intuition provides an immediate sense of whether something is right or wrong. This combination can help us make more informed and effective decisions. By honing both our reasoning skills and our intuitive abilities, we become better equipped to handle social interactions and relationships. We can identify when someone's actions and words don't align, allowing us to avoid potential pitfalls and build more genuine, trustworthy connections. This approach aligns with Stoic teachings, promoting self-awareness, virtue, and emotional intelligence as keys to a fulfilling life. In summary, Stoicism teaches us to cultivate happiness from within by focusing on virtue and core beliefs. It encourages us to build inner strength and self-reliance, making us less susceptible to manipulation and better able to form meaningful relationships. Additionally, Stoicism values both reason and intuition in navigating social interactions, helping us make better decisions and build stronger, more authentic connections. By embracing these principles, we can lead more balanced and fulfilling lives, guided by both rational analysis and intuitive insight. This can lead to feelings of betrayal and distrust. Stoic philosophy advises caution in sharing personal information, highlighting the importance of discernment and clear communication. Seneca, a renowned Roman philosopher, emphasized, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from our thoughts than from reality." This wise saying stresses the importance of being careful about who we share our thoughts and vulnerabilities with. Imagine you are going through a tough time in your personal life and decide to confide in someone who seems supportive. Later, you find out that they have been spreading false information about your situation or taking advantage of your vulnerability to harm you. This betrayal can cause significant emotional pain and damage your trust in others. Stoic philosophy teaches us to be cautious and to choose our confidants wisely. To apply this principle, it's important to follow a few steps. First, recognize your gut feelings when interacting with someone. Pay attention to your initial feelings if you feel uneasy or on guard. Take note of these feelings. Unease should be investigated, even if it doesn't always indicate immediate danger. Second, use your brain. Don't ignore your gut feelings. Instead, combine them with rational analysis. Evaluate the person's words and actions to see if they align. Are there patterns of behavior that consistently make you uncomfortable? Write down specific instances where their words or actions didn't match up. Additionally, ask questions. Sometimes, a simple conversation can clarify things. If you have doubts, ask direct questions and observe how they respond. Honest individuals will typically address your concerns straightforwardly. Stoics believed in open and honest communication, which can either reinforce your initial instincts or reveal inconsistencies. Balance your gut and logic. Use your instincts and rational analysis together to form a well-rounded judgment. This combination can help you navigate social interactions more effectively and anticipate potential problems. Furthermore, share wisely. Be cautious about sharing personal information. Consider the trustworthiness of the person and the potential consequences of sharing your thoughts and vulnerabilities. Stoicism teaches us to protect ourselves by being selective about who we confide in. By following these steps, you can protect yourself from manipulation and build stronger, more trustworthy relationships. Stoicism provides a roadmap to navigate social interactions with reason and intuition, helping you create a more positive and secure social environment. In summary, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of combining reason and intuition to make sound decisions, especially in social interactions. By recognizing your gut feelings, using rational analysis, asking questions, and sharing personal information cautiously, you can build stronger and more trustworthy relationships. This approach helps protect your emotional well-being and fosters a supportive social environment based on trust and honesty. This example shows how important it is to have calm caution, which means being able to pick and choose what information to share and with whom. You can protect yourself from people who are jealous or who might take advantage of your trust for their own gain if you choose to be conservative and calm. If you share private information with people who are dishonest or jealous, you might feel exposed and your image could suffer. Stoics believe that trust could be built through real relationships and doing what is right. The idea behind Stoicism is that real friends are those who earn your trust through their actions and offer support without making judgments. You can learn to speak with silent control in several ways. Before you share private information, think about who you're talking to. Consider if the person has shown that they can be trusted and care about others. Has there been a history of lies or betrayals? Stoic thinking helps you weigh the pros and cons of sharing private information by giving you a way to evaluate your choices. Remember that you only have control over the words and actions you choose to use. Nobody but you can change how other people react to the information you give them or how they choose to use it. By exercising your judgment, you lower the chance that bad things will happen due to events outside your control. If you do decide to share something personal, make sure you say it in a way that is clear and easy to understand. This includes being mindful of how much information you divulge to avoid confusion or misuse. Stoics believe that speech should be clear at all times, whether it's about the subject or the way you say it. Stoicism teaches you how to be more wise and careful in social situations, as well as how to choose who to confide in to protect yourself from bad effects and build trust. Surround yourself with people who have shown they deserve it. Remember that real relationships are built on being honest and letting others see your weaknesses. In summary, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of calm caution in sharing personal information. By carefully considering whom to trust and weighing the potential consequences, you can protect yourself from manipulation and maintain your integrity. Clear and mindful communication is key to ensuring that your words are not misinterpreted or misused. Through this approach, you can build genuine, trustworthy relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. If you are wise, you can share your weaknesses with people who will value them instead of taking advantage. In this way, you can build stronger and more meaningful relationships based on shared respect and support. 12th, let's discuss limits and boundaries. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of reason, virtue, and mental strength to protect one's well-being. It strongly suggests setting appropriate limits. Epictetus, one of the most important figures in Stoic philosophy, says that we can achieve happiness and freedom only if we understand one crucial truth: we can control some things and not others. Before we can start to find peace, we need to fully accept this reality. This basic idea applies directly to social relationships, enabling us to set limits that protect our feelings and improve our connections with others. Being around a friend who acts hurtfully or manipulatively can drain you. They might constantly express pessimism or push you into uncomfortable situations. While the Stoics believed in mental toughness, this does not mean you should neglect your well-being to deal with toxic situations. You can put some space between yourself and draining or manipulative people by setting limits. Stay away from those who consistently put you down or make you feel unsafe. It's okay to limit your interactions with them and instead seek out friends who support and encourage you. Setting limits is not the same as isolating yourself. It helps you navigate complex relationships without compromising your safety or health. To put Stoic ideas into practice when setting limits, here are some steps. First, understand your needs. Recognize what you need from relationships and what behaviors are unacceptable. How do certain interactions make you feel drained? If someone tries to mistreat you, what would your response be? Having a clear understanding of your needs helps you articulate your boundaries. Second, communicate clearly and fairly. When you set limits, it's important to communicate your boundaries clearly, firmly, and politely. Describe how you feel when certain actions occur and what changes you hope to see in the relationship. The Stoics believed that open and honest communication was crucial. By understanding your needs and communicating effectively, you can set limits that protect your well-being and foster healthier relationships. This approach aligns with Stoic principles, which prioritize mental strength and clarity in interactions. Setting boundaries allows you to engage with others in a way that is respectful to both yourself and them, maintaining your integrity and peace of mind. This idea also refers to having boundaries. Remember to stay determined. Setting limits is an ongoing process. You might have to revisit your boundaries if someone tries to undermine or manipulate you. The Stoics emphasize the importance of staying determined and true to your principles. When someone tries to push your limits, you shouldn't be afraid to say no or leave the situation. Setting limits and prioritizing your mental health will help you create an environment conducive to healthy relationships. Stoic philosophy can help you improve your social skills by giving you a sense of inner strength and the tools to handle social situations with more self-control. It is important to remember that limits are not walls that separate you from others. Instead, they are the Stoic shield that protects your well-being and allows you to form deeper, more meaningful connections. Setting boundaries is essential for maintaining your integrity and mental health, ensuring that you interact with others on your own terms. Number 13 is taking care of the yard. Stoic philosophy places significant importance on living a good life that positively impacts the greater good. Roman emperor and famous Stoic thinker Marcus Aurelius advises us not to waste more time arguing about what a good man should be, but to simply be one. When it comes to social relationships, this principle urges us to make real connections that benefit both ourselves and those around us. Just as a farmer tends to a field to ensure it flourishes, we can create a social environment that fosters growth and accomplishment. Consider surrounding yourself with people who push you to be the best version of yourself. They support you when times are tough, celebrate your successes, and embody the virtues you admire. According to Stoic philosophy, the strongest defense against the damaging effects of envy and deceit is the bonds we form with each other. Placing yourself around negative people can drain your energy over time. Instead, cultivate relationships with those who inspire and uplift you. By nurturing positive connections, you create a supportive network that enhances your well-being and helps you thrive. This approach aligns with the Stoic commitment to living virtuously and contributing to the greater good. The quality of your social environment can significantly impact your mental and emotional health. Therefore, choose to surround yourself with individuals who reflect the values and virtues you strive to embody, creating a space where everyone can grow and succeed together. On the other hand, having a group of positive friends can give you strength and motivation. We create a conducive environment for our personal growth when we invest time and effort into building genuine relationships with others. Stoicism says that true friends are like mirrors that reflect our abilities and provide helpful feedback when needed. They respect the unique paths each of us has taken while encouraging us to become better people. The Stoic ideal of living a virtuous life, constantly improving, and striving for the highest level of success aligns perfectly with this. The principles of Stoicism can help you cultivate your social garden in numerous ways. Because authenticity is the key to genuine relationships, it is important to plant the seeds of sincerity. Be honest with yourself about your beliefs and interests. The Stoics believed that being virtuous would inspire others to be virtuous too, and being genuine will attract people who share your values. Like a garden, relationships need care and attention. Being kind, polite, and understanding to the people around you is crucial. The Stoics placed significant weight on emotional intelligence and advised us to understand and consider other people's perspectives. It is also important to celebrate diversity. Just as a garden needs a variety of plant types to thrive, including diverse ideas and experiences is beneficial for making friends and building a strong social group. The Stoics believed that everyone should live in a way that benefits the collective, valuing the different ways people can connect with each other. By making genuine connections and surrounding yourself with positive influences, you can create a social environment that supports your growth and the well-being of those around you. Stoicism teaches you the skills needed to find meaning and satisfaction in your interactions with others. Remember that a vibrant garden is beautiful and abundant, offering a regular harvest of support, inspiration, and shared happiness. By fostering genuine relationships, you can create a thriving social setting that aligns perfectly with the Stoic goal of living a good life. Additionally, being able to identify signs of anger and deceit in others helps you make wise choices about your relationships. Cultivating a life marked by virtue, inner strength, and tranquility becomes possible when you become aware of these warning signs and apply Stoic knowledge.